Webber still only 17th.
He's not going to be able to get podiums today unless something remarkable happens up front.
And Webber's catching them like crazy as well, driving like a man possessed.
Okay, gentlemen, Webber is close behind. He is going to attack you. Beware of Webber.
He's got all the tools available to take a sensational third place away from Jenson Button. Mark Webber, after a stunning performance, is third and on the podium. His arm goes in the air, and rightly so.
Alpe d'Huez is one of the famous climbs in cycling, and when our own Tom Clarkson went along for a ride and to cover a story of an old Formula One driver, but very fit, and Mark Webber, this is what we got.
Mark, Alpe d'Huez, when I say those words, what does it mean to you?
Oh, it's a very famous climb. We know that. A lot of legend cyclists have stamped their authority on this climb, and it's awesome to have one of my heroes do the climb with me today. Hopefully we can do it together, but we'll see how we go. And it's not one of the longest, but it's still very, very steep, particularly at the start, and it's very, very famous for all the switchbacks and, as you say, the nice ski resort at the top.
Now, Alain, any advice you can give Mark before we start?
I don't know if I can give him some advice because he's running quite well. I mean, obviously the start is quite deep, quite difficult. So you want to push, you want to know the time you're going to do. So that starts to be difficult. You know, when you attack this climb to do a lap time, then it's becoming more difficult.
We know Mark has to be fit because he's a current driver. You are extremely fit still. Just tell us how much you're doing.
I started biking in 92, 93 when I stopped racing, but it was only because I had a knee problem. I always done a lot of sport, a lot of jogging, but now it's a second passion. I mean, obviously with the age and with some little problems, it's becoming more and more difficult. But at least you can stay fit, you can stay in good shape, which is very important for me.
Well, come on then, boys, put your money where your mouth is. What time are we hoping to do today?
I think less than 1 hour. I think, and then we see. We discuss maybe much better than that, but I have no strong idea because I've always done it with a lot of mileage before the climb, which is a little bit different. So we see.
Okay, well, we got 15 Ks, average gradient 10%. Mark, under the hour as well.
I hope I can do that, mate. Obviously, Alain has explained to us that there's obviously the route where there's an arrival line at the top, but the Tour de France route goes a bit over a K to the top. So we want to take that into account as well, so we get the real stage of the Tour de France. Let's say what the real guys do. But yeah, I'd love to go around an hour if I can. It's going to hurt, obviously, but looking forward to it. Well, I've always enjoyed ascending. You know, I think the satisfaction of climbing and getting that rewarding feeling of seeing where you've actually come from is very, very satisfying, particularly on the mountain bike or even on the road bike. Obviously, this is the best part of the world, or one of the best parts of the world, to do it on a road bike because the roads are reasonably safe and you can climb quite quickly with a decent altitude. So yeah, it's certainly enjoyable.
You need to attack some corners. You know, you need to accelerate, exit of the corner. It's more the technique, but it's not so far. Obviously, compared to the Pantani and Armstrong, that we realize that we don't do the same sport.
For the pros, obviously, to go 44 minutes or 45, I think, or whatever. I mean, they're really, really quick, and yeah, that's their sport. Alain in the Webber household growing up was a big hero. Obviously, you always knew he was going to be there at the end of the races, tactically and sensational and effortlessly quick. He was very famous for making it look like he was driving very, very slow, but the stopwatch was always impressive. So it's a real highlight for me to be with him today. Cycling, obviously, it's his passion, and it's a real highlight.
Well, here we are in Alpe d'Huez after a 15-kilometre ascent. Mark Webber's still with us. Alain Prost is still with us. First of all, guys, what were the times?
The time was 61.50 to the top section that the big boys use. So Alain was a little bit quicker than me. I think he had 40 to 60 seconds up his sleeve. So he was really, really quick. And, so many people riding up here. Clearly it's a historical mountain pass, and it was great to come and ride it, and great fun, put everything into it, and it was a good experience.
Alain, how was the ride for you?
It was okay. I mean, it was quite difficult at the beginning with Mark. Mark was going a little bit quicker, and then with the edge, you know, so everything was going better and better. Typically, but it's okay. I thought that we could go a little bit under 1 hour, but maybe next time. You know, it was quite fun.
Yes, Rusty said Alain Prost in fantastic shape for his age. And a little earlier I mentioned Mark Scaife. He was the chairman of the V8 Supercars Commission. I stumbled a little bit. It's the last show of the year. After the break, NASCAR.